Welcome back. This is my new handheld, which is the CrokPocket. It's basically a ESP-S3 based retro gaming handheld. So I mean, a lot of people will recognize this GUI. It's Retro Go, which is still going. You know, I can't believe it's still getting updates. But yeah, the performance is fine. I was hoping that the S3 variant of the ESP32 would be slightly better, but unfortunately it doesn't appear to be. It's about the same performance level as the original ohdarlings Go. You know, it'll play certain emulators fine, which is Game Boy Color. Master System's fine, Game Gear's okay. Once it gets into Genesis and SNES, then yeah, it starts to fall apart, unfortunately. So there was no uplift from doing the S3, which is strange, really, because it's a new chip. So most people, when they build these things, just go for the Rover E these days, or Rover B, Rover E, depending on where they are in the timeline. But yeah, this turned out okay. Obviously, I've been trying to make something like this for a while. This is my last effort at a ohdarlings Go clone, which it worked. I mean, I think I've got a bit better. I don't know. Yeah, I got this. This is sort of I think this is the third PCB in there. First one, I was calling it something else, the S3 Go Pocket. Well, that didn't really roll off the tongue very well, and as usual, I got the screen the wrong way around. You got 50-50. What's going to happen? Obviously, you're going to get it the wrong way around. This is the one that's in there. There was one in the middle. There's a board in the middle here, but this is I was going to call it the Mega Pocket. It's got an expiry date on there, which I kind of think is a bit funny. 2018, which is about when these things were hot. Yeah, I was going to call it the Mega Pocket, but the performance doesn't really warrant the Mega Pocket title. So I'm just calling it the CrokPocket. This is obviously not obviously, but it's the same form factor as the PicoPocket. And Dynamite put me up to this. He's like, why don't you make a whole range in the same form factor? So that's what I'm doing. But I always wanted to make a ESP, Retro Go or ohdarlings Go, and finally got one. Yeah. So the only thing this is based on a Chinese gentleman's, or I guess it's a Chinese person's schematic, and he's done all the hard work. The only thing I've added is the audio jack. That's literally it. Change the screen size, and that's it, really. So let's have a look inside. So yeah, very similar to the PicoPocket, using the same buttons. I mean, actually, I tried. These are slightly different buttons. These ones down at the bottom. These are the older buttons. But I wanted to try these out, which are even lighter touch, and they are basically silent. As good as silent. Oh, I got stuck here. Right. Yeah, so that's the PCB. I mean, I'm an amateur. I don't have any kind of electrical engineering licenses. I never went to college. So I'm just an auto root guy, and I just like auto root, bing, and then I'll try and cover that up with some fancy ground pour, some fancy pour, to sort of disguise the fact that it's just basically junk. Or the routing's junk. It works though, so who cares? There's the PCB. Now, I'm not sure about putting this out there. Like, the Chinese person has already put all the stuff out there, all the his PCB, his case, and his software. So there really isn't much point me doing mine. Plus, there's some really horrific soldering on here, like this 16-pin USB port. Now, I had a job with that. I can't imagine too many people being able to do that. You need a hot plate. I mean, you can actually solder it with a soldering iron, but it's horrific. And then there's this component here, which is microscopic, 6 legs, which is, that was, well, once you've done it the second time, it's actually easy. But anyway, that's the PCB. So yeah, just another one in a long line of ESP handhelds, really. I mean, these all kind of kicked off back in the Odroid Go, I think, was possibly the first one. There's Odroid Go, which is I think around 2018, using the Rover B. Then could have been 32 Teeth Retro ESP-32. Which is open source. There was Microbyte, ESPlay Micro, ESPlay Micro 2 version 2, which is still available. The Game Boy ESP-32, Gamebox Mini ESP-32, Pocket Star. You know, there's a whole bunch of these. There's a whole bunch of these out there. I mean, these are not anything new, really. But it's a nice DIY handheld. Oh, I forgot the Null Nano, which came out a month ago, which I'm going to have a crack at. Yeah, there's the Null Nano, which looks very, very nice. Anyway, that's it. The CrokPocket, which I'm investigating a fourth PCB with some actually solderable screens, because I'm a bit tired of this wave share malarkey, which does limit everything, unfortunately, being through hole. Anyway, oh yeah, let's check those buttons again. Silent, like a ninja, like being in space. Anyway, thanks for watching.